fields in the times of today's modern Saudi Arabians. The sun is shining, birds eating some kurmas, and people talking about some crusade dudes that land in Jeddah. What a wonderful time to be alive! People, everyone, reinforce your houses. Arm yourself. It's because Richard is about to attacking Saudi Arabian right now. He's about attacking us in here. But I thought he already signed a treaty. Eventually he break the treaty. Oh, my life just sucks. That time was the medieval time, which you know what that means? Crusade! But while all those crusades happen, there's the guy named Saladin. At first he was work as a normal soldier, and pretty much came from a noble thing. He improved to be a really good soldier, so he became a general. And then on one occasion, the Saladin and his armies were bring to against the Fatimids, which is a Shia in that time. And they did it. And then an envoy was sent from the capital of Baghdad, came into him and says, "Hey Saladin, now you are the governor of Egypt, which now you are the emir." And Saladin do what emir do. He reforming the armies, teach him what is it or what, and unified Egypt, and come back the mosque that was closed by the Shias. Well, pretty normal life for Saladin, and never think of getting all those crazy crusades. But he does have an ambition. Jerusalem. He wanted Jerusalem to become a Muslim city again. But what he can do? He's just an emir of Egypt, not a governor of something that huge enough to make its own decisions. Meanwhile that was happening, the Christians and the Levantines have a new governor, a Gui, which is, I don't know why it has to name Gui. A vicious dictator, an ill-tempered person, and was considered king of the Jerusalems. I don't know what he's supposed to be king of what, but he is called as the king of Jerusalem. But Gui is not alone. There's a guy named Richard. He actually have the whatever, but I forgot that. Richard is also an ill-tempered man that loved to making some battles with the Muslims, hated Muslims, and loved to massacre a whole village. That time the Crusader dudes are about in the shove off, and about to turn to smithereens of schmucks. So that what's happened. And then they do a lot of massacring in Jerusalem, which pissed off a lot of Muslim countries, which make the Muslims united. Again. And then, by the government of the Muslims, which that time was a little bit on the chaos, which break a lot of the Abbasid into many Muslim countries of smithereens. One of them, the Ayyubid Sultanate, which formed pretty much later. But whatever it is, the government sent Salahuddin to attack those megalomaniacs. It's okay, yo, Caleb, I'm gonna get them. Yeah, right. But at least do not make your own country. At least I can conquer Jerusalem. You say you can conquer yours what? What? At least I can conquer Jerusalem. What? What? So Saladin do what it's do. So Saladin set up the armies. And some wars came in. Since right now we're talking about the Battle of Hattin, and this is not the Battle of Hattin, let's go jump into time when what it makes it happens. One day, Saladin and its fellows are talking about things that they have to go into history or not. We must continue fighting. No! Our armies are decimated by all those wars. I'd rather go on a peace treaty, but I'm not gonna give up Jerusalem. Sure, Saladin. So peace treaty was signed, which eventually says, fine, we have a peace, but no groups are attacking others. Muslims won't attack Christians or anyone, and no Christians attacking Muslims or others. The rule is, don't try to kill anyone. If you kill someone in the process or massacring someone, a village or whatever, or try to touch our prophets, doomed. You guys will be kicked in the face. Okay, treaty signed? Everyone agreed. Christian and Muslim now in peace. Hey bro, let's massacre some cities. And that gives me an inspiration to open their prophet's doom. Are you crazy? Oh, come on. No, Richard, that's gonna break everything. You don't know those guys are nothing but Saracens. So let's go. No, Richard, no. What's you and Richard talking about? Me and Richard? Richard, what are you talking about? We're talking a plan of, but what I mean, nothing. Hey, Saladin, he's a little bit of a weirdo. I know, right? So a peace treaty was signed. But Richard set up his armies. You see, Richard is a total idiot. And he easily schemed everyone. So now he assembled an army like this. And then some generals came to him and says, Richard, what the hell are you doing? I'm assembling an army. What's wrong? Dude, remember that treaty? We're not supposed to be massacring anyone else. And what are you doing assembling all these armies? I can massacre all those Arabians. You idiot. We are not allowed to massacre all those Arabians. Remember the treaty? This is your problem, General. You're not an ambitious kind of man. Alright, whatever you can do, but do not please bring in my army. Well, you have to bring the Hospitallers. Like all these hunks of Hospitallers. What do you mean? I already told them about the treaties. We say that treaty is the part of our schemes. You are a fat, ill-bred boy. What? So he landed in Jeddah. Which Jeddah, you ask? See on Google Maps. Then locals in Jeddah were a little bit of confusion. Hello. What are you guys doing here? You want some fish? No, I want your blood. My blood? For what? For samples of something? No. I want your blood is because I want to massacre you. Oh no! So now he was massacred. So now, Richard was moving to Mecca. And by in the process massacring a lot of people. Even some people that just passed by. And in the process, killing whatever doing to the sister of Saladin. Which Saladin was really furious. No! I know, sir, this is an internal thing, but you must gather some armies to protect Mecca from Richard. Why do Richard love to break some treaties? What do you want from us? We're never massacring any Christians in the process, but he loved to do it in the first place. And when we declare war to them, they say that we're brutal cold mains. And why my sister's supposed to be the victim? But sir, we still have chance. Shut up, Ali. This is not the point. Sir, you're crying? Then so what? No, sir. Fine. Let's set up some armies. But I can't go there. So Ali, you're in charge. Okay. Hey, General. Saladin says you must assemble an army and go to surround to protect Mecca from Richard. Richard, that weird man? Oh, that ill-tempered guy again. So between Mecca and Jeddah, they meet each other and do some wars. And a glorious victory for the Ayyubids. So Ricciardo and his real army retreated without losing any casualties. So the casualties that the Crusade part have here is mostly of Hospitallers. And when he come back to Jerusalem, Guy was really furious. Guy, are you crazy? You literally massacred a lot of Arabians in the process. And you know what the treaty says? I know. Oh, that's it. They must be sending an ultimatum of war now. Ricciardo, you're lose. I'm not lose. I merely failed to win. Hey, Globos. What's going on? Saladin is about attacking Jerusalem. So you guys must shove it. Who is this from? This is eventually an ultimatum that sent by Saladin. So you guys must shut up. See, Richard? This is all because of you. Well, that was a major success. Major success? What's successful about that? Well, we successfully massacring some people and retreated. You fat, ill-bred boy. Get out of my room. All of you. So Guy set up for his Templars, Hospitallers, and Richardus versi Knights. Really hard to spell. So you see, this is a whole lot of armies. And Saladin also set up his armies. So Saladin set up this army, reinforced with Mamluk elites. Mamluk is still a elite that time, so they're not pretty much a kingdom. That time was the way of deserts. Since the Ayyubids and his armies live off the land and scorch earth in the process, the armies were decimated. They are thirsty, hungry, exhausted. And if you caught off guard alone, then you will be massacred by a lot of dudes. Since the Ayyubids are draining the waters around the road in the process, they're really demoralized by this. We arrived yet? No, Jeff. Not yet. Man, I haven't eaten for days. Yeah, Jeff, but we are not arriving yet. Sir, can we just sign a treaty with them? Well, eventually that's what I want. But all because of Richard. Can we just off with his head? We can't do that. He's an elite. Ah, come on. The Crusade armies began to wander. And then just around the lake. Actually, they're about to go there. Since Ricciardo and his colleagues and Guy see that the problem is maybe they must go to a water source that now it can be drained. So they're going for a near lake. It's because the Ayyubids started to fortifying and an ambush formation. So they set up a ambushing formation like this, and then reinforce it to be like this. So the strategy is to starve up the Crusade armies, and then when it's the time they going to the lakeside, which they must too, they set up around the road and war. So they just behind the hills until they see Richards are going to their trap. Guys, I think we must go right over there. Just round the hill. You sure about this, Ricciardo? I know you're an ill-tempered man that hated the Muslims, but you're the guy that doesn't think strategist. How about we just go around the hill? Yes, I agree with that, General. Shut up, Jeff! You have nothing to do here. Look, we're going to that hill is because that's the shortcut. Do you understand? Fine. Whatever. Anything. For the sake of drinking. Just for a human nature to drink, we must be like this. Hey, it looks like our friend Martin Luther is starting to making reformations. Martin who? Oh, nothing, your general. Seems good to me. So if you see a formation like this, you know this is real fragile. Hey Kingui, you sure about Richard's decisions? I sure man. And when it just right the time to charge. This is what happened a little bit. Hey Selden, it's time to charge. Not yet, Ali. It's still not whole army. Ah, come on. No. Just wait your orders. My orders. Ah, fine. When it's finally the time, Saladin, order it up. Get them, boys! Hey, who screamed like that? Yeah! Wah! See, Richard? We're ambush! Oh, come on, we must to fix this. Charge to the enemy lines! Since that time they are thirsty, and they're hungry, and pretty much stressed of everything, and exhausted, they don't know what to do, so they just ignored what Richard says. I say, making a legion formation, not like this, you idiots! Sir, there's something going on there. Check them and let's go and help them if there's something wrong. Don't know what happened. The Hospitallers get inside and was trapped in this war. Richard, what have you done? This is all because of you trying to get to Mecca. Oh, come on, we can fix this. It's just that they must form a legion formation. How they do such an order if they are in the infinite stress? So volley after volley of arrows and a lot of stuff and makes everything even more chaotic. So it's pretty much like this. Since the Templars are behind and they don't want to get inside and because they lazy, they doing a parkour. And a little intelligent of Gui help here. But that was exhausting parkour. It's because they must go up to the hill. And they eventually meet the rest of the battlefield. And as you see, Selu didn't know that he really outnumbered here. For this condition, he set up for plan B, which is retreating in the different sides. And then pump it again. Sort of like those balloon-shaped like things that were in your lungs. Retreat to every side! So they're doing all of these circummaneuverings. And now only some parts of the Mamluk elites are here, used to trick the Crusade armies. Is it the Bereshik Knights or the Mamluks? And then they're retreated to those ambushing conditions to attract the Knights. And it's because they don't know what happened, they just follow it. And, well, you know, if you're in this kind of ultimate stress, then you will become an idiot. Well, in the process, some Knights will kill each other by accident or accident. It's because they thought it just make too much noise. See you, General of the Hospitallers? We're winning! Dude, you know why we're catching this ambushing condition? It's because you're idiocy. And we're supposed to get all the way to the original road. And now what are we doing trying to catching all these dudes? It's because we're winning. We're supposed to be retreated from this place as fast as we can. And that general has no time to send that order. It's because the Ayyubids swarm the knights like waves. So the ultimate goal of Saladin is bombard these armored dudes and you will win. And make them confused. And some Ayyubids, since there were almost no armor, they can do a lot of parkours. Like this. In this condition, the knights are panic and become madmen. Ah! A Mamluk! It's not a Mamluk! It's also a knight like you! Why you kill it? Well, it's because it's yellow, and Mamluks are yellow. You eventually cannot think, but the scorching hot summer in that time, they panically retreated to the other side of of the ambushing rites. The other side also happened the same thing, and the element of confusion that Saladin used really works here. Ah! A Mamluk is trying to circling on kill! It's not a Mamluk! Ah! An Ayyubib army! I am not an Ayyubib army! You Ayyubib army! But I'm not! So they attack it from every side. So they literally squeeze the Crusade armies into this kind of condition. Where we must to retreat it! Oh, that's it, Richard. It's game over. We're all gonna die here. Hey! Guys, there's a little opening right over there. We can use it. Let's retreat from there. Alright, let's now. So they try to retreat right over there, but pretty much sucks. And Guy was almost killed by Richard. Get away! Whoa, you almost ate my eyes! So they literally want to just get through the Ayyubid's line and retreat. But that's even more hard. And would you look at that casualties. They don't think about their lords and just retreated. And some do, throwing in arrows by arrows, volley after volley. So some are dead. And when they already get all around, they simply crash on the other parts and make even more casualties on their own sides. Need a really parkourish kind of army to parkour like that. So they're passing all the graves and retreated. What happened here now is everyone was at a stalemate. So when the gap is open, they retreated that way. In a really chaotic way to free themselves and finally breathe. And finally, it was captured. And when I say captured, they really captured them. This part eventually killed in the spot. One of them is that poor hospitaller general. So Saladin and his colleagues celebrate for this winning. A glorious victory. And a victory with a lot of costs. So that's what pretty much the really cruel, fragile, and yet really effective strategy and formations and really good thoughts of Saladin think of. The Battle of Hattin was a big victory. Congratulations, sir. You win the Battle of Hattin with a really cool strategy. In a really genius way. Thanks to all your loyalties. And now bring me Guy and Ronald. This is Sir Guy and Ronald. Oh, poor people. I'm gonna give you some water. He set up some water. Here it is, some fresh new water. Here it is, Guy. Give me that. Here is your Guy. But I thought I was the king. You're nothing but a figurehead, Guy. Oh, come on! Who say you are allowed to drink Guy? What do you mean? I mean... Shing! Ow, my neck! He's running! Let's catch him and let's off with his head! No, please do not execute me! You're supposed to get this execution! Yeah! Shing! Blech. Oh my god. That's a brutal way to die. What, fella Guy? Oh, no. Well, I'm sorry about everything that I've done. Please, do not behead me. Oh, come on, Guy. It's okay. Kings don't kill kings. All those stories that Richard was beheaded in all those waters were a popular source that says like that. And also that popular source says, Guy, why you not learn from the great king that came before you? He means someone in the crusade, guys. But I don't know what the name is. So that's what happened in the Battle of Hattin. For the Crusades, this is a bad disaster. And we'll see, and this is the meaning of their downfall, which sees Saladin completed his ambitions, Jerusalem. For the Ayyubids' point of view, this is when the time when the Ayyubid Sultanate formed, and the backbones of the Muslim is back. Salahuddin al-Ayyubi is one of the really legendary things. After the Khulafa Rashidins, and some religion things. So what we can learn from here? Don't judge people by its covers. It's because some people are smarter than you. And be careful of what your ill-tempered even says. It's because that can be the start of the end. And the thing that we can learn from here is not all strong things can win. Never, not all muscleic things wins. So if we are weaker than the people that we are battling with, then fight with your brain.